Inside Michigan Basketball is presented by Meijer. The celebrations began at 11:20 Eastern Time Monday night in Indianapolis when Michigan beat UConn to claim the national championship, the program's first title in 37 years and the second ever. On Saturday, the university hosted a championship celebration at Chrysler Center.
It gives me immense pleasure to thank these young men behind me for all the things that you did, the way you came together, for people to see you as athletes, but also get a chance to see you as people. Thank you for everything you did for this university, for this team. Congratulations to you all.
So Elliot, most outstanding player from the Final Four. What do you remember most about the buzzer sounding and the immediate aftermath?
Just like the feeling of it, just winning it all is like a feeling I can't like describe in words, and just everybody was just so happy for each other and for themselves, for sure.
What has the season, the support of these fans meant to you?
It meant everything. The support of the fans means everything. If we was to play a game in an empty gym, we probably would have no fun. So thank you guys for coming to every game and just making our lives so much fun.
We've learned you're March Roddy. We've learned April Roddy. What is it about big games that allow you to live up to those big stages?
I think it's just the guys behind me, the support that they've given me throughout the course of the season, and not wanting the season to end the way that we didn't envision it. So always give props to those guys. I feel like I'm forever indebted.
Damari, you were pretty emotional after Monday night.
Yeah.
What do you remember about all that you took in those special moments?
Yeah, I was sobbing. I was crying very, very hard. But what went through my mind is all the work that these guys put in, that we put in individually as a team. It was, a beautiful moment that I'll never forget. And all the emotions of my college career went through my mind. And to end this way and, hanging up a banner here in Chrysler was the best feeling ever.
One correction. You're hanging up 3 banners
You're right.
in Chrysler.
You're right.
3 of them. 3 of them. What made this team and this school worthy of that sacrifice?
Man, this school, I can't even begin to describe what the Block M means to me and how much it's given me both on the floor and off the floor. I've met my best friends at this school. I got 2 degrees from this school. So for all it's given me, it's the least that I can do to, sacrifice a few shots and some minutes for us to be able to hang 3 banners, or 4 in my time here. So, easy decision.
So when you were weighing the decision, Michigan or the NBA, Michigan, of course, had a few other bigs, Will, Merez, Adai. What about it allowed you to still buy in, and how did you guys make it work with the size that you had?
Honestly, those 2 guys are really, really talented. I feel like our game styles really fit. We all provide different things. Like Adai is a super tall, lengthy guy that can pass and play defense. That was something that really could help me out, especially because I wanted to improve my defense when I got here. Merez is a super tough, angry man, pretty much. It pretty much helped me out, especially with my character, because I was usually the guy that was angry all year last year. So I just got to be happy-go-lucky. And Coach Dusty actually said he would let me play the 3. So that was going to be super fun to actually try to embrace that role. And eventually I started getting better and better and started feeling a lot more comfortable in that role.
To represent all of you and to be called coach by these guys, anytime you have a group come together and you feel like they gave you so much more than you could ever give them, it melts you, because these guys did it for each other. They did it for the staff. They did it for all of you. And they did it for all the right reasons, with class, with great effort, and support for each other. And that's all you can ask for as a coach.
Coming up later, we'll return to Indianapolis to relive the championship moments. But next, a parade through Central Campus. Inside Michigan Basketball is brought to you by Meijer, proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest, and by Michigan Medicine, there's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. Celebration Saturday began with a championship parade through Michigan's Central Campus. Fans lined the street and waved to the Wolverines, thanking them for a glorious season that provided so many memorable moments.
Everybody on this team is extremely talented, and for us to be able to, sacrifice something for ourselves, a lot of us, could be somewhere else, doing more than what we've done this season, but I think it just shows that this team is super selfless.
The whole University of Michigan welcomed me with open arms. Shout out to Will, Roddy, Amari, LJ, especially those guys. Once we all got together, they were super genuine with us the whole way. They tucked us in under their wing, and they showed us the Michigan way.
When you bring a group this talented together and they decide from the beginning that they're going to do it this way and they never waver and they never change, that's probably the most uncommon thing in athletics now, and it's a tribute to their character, but also those in their circles around them, their coaches, their parents, their mentors. They allowed these guys to give themselves up for the group, and it's never guaranteed, but for these guys to cut down the nets after all they sacrifice is pretty special. Offensive rebounds equals stops. Get them out of their shell. That's the second and third side. We can run flow, we can run Irish, then we can run pistol flash. Get into it quickly, get them out of their shell. Discipline, concentration for 40 minutes. We haven't cheated the process, guys. We've talked from April habits, the first day we set foot on campus, and we haven't cheated the process for a day. We've held each other accountable, we've had each other's backs, and we've fought like hell and improved to get to this point. Guys, they've had their time. They won 2 national championships a couple of years ago. This is our freaking time. That's going to take. Come on.
The Wolverines and Huskies meeting for the 5th time ever, their first as ranked teams and the first time in the NCAA tournament. Rez Johnson Jr. setting the tone early. His putback basket put Michigan up 5. Speaking of messages, Roddy Gale Jr. says hand, meet leather.
Demery, a stutter step and a drive, right block, and he had his shot rejected by Gale. Roddy Gale Jr. with a monster swat away.
All ball, one of 6 Michigan blocks. Another wow moment a few possessions later. Elliot Cadell banging with the bigs, the bucket, and the Band-Aid. UConn crafted a slow-it-down, low-possession game. Alex Caravan hit a couple of three-pointers. They surge back to take the lead. Late in the half, the Wolverines go on a 6-0 run. Yaxel Lendeborg, his first bucket of the game.
Now Mara lob it up, caught on a jump low on the right, laid it up and in, Lendeborg. Yax's first field goal, a 4-point trip.
After missing a few bunnies early, Adai Mara goes to work and scores inside. And then Gale, once again with a splash play.
Michigan wants to push. Lendeborg right to left. He hits it off the window. No, but Gale, a follow jam! A-Rod flexing on him.
The Wolverines up 33-29 at the break. Second half, Cadell with a 3-point trip the hard way. The hoop and the harm. He started to take over after foul trouble in the first half. And then another and one. This time, Lendeborg, who was clearly not 100%, but committed to getting this championship.
Here's Lendeborg into the paint against Mullins. Jump stop over Reed. Played it up and in! Count it, and a foul!
Yax limped his way to a baker's dozen. Cadeau, topside, fakes the swing pass and drills a 3-ball. He finished with a game-high 19, 48-37 Wolverines. Shooting only 2 of 15 from deep, Michigan won this game inside with 36 points in the paint. Johnson Jr. a double-double, 12 and 10. Still, it was only a 5-point game with 8+ minutes to go. On this trip, Mara with a deflection and earns the reward at the other end.
Here comes Roddy. Alley-oop. Mara catches it down! A turnover for touchdown in the home of the Colts.
The defense held UConn to 31% shooting. 6-point game, 150 on the clock. This was the signature moment.
Into the paint, jump stop, feed McKinney right side, step back for 3. Yeah! Timeout! Dusty May in Michigan. 1:49 left. 65-56 Michigan.
On a night where his shot wasn't dropping, Trey McKinney with a stealth 3. Michigan takes down the Huskies 69-63, capping a school record 37-win season with the second national title in program history.
Can you describe this feeling, this emotion right now with this national championship in hand?
I feel a little bit guilty, Ed, that I'm already sad because this team's not going to be together. I've coached 25 years, and I've never been around a group that truly supported, cared for each other, learned from each other, and didn't care about any of the personal stuff, the accolades. And they just continue to give and give and give. And ultimately, if a team can do that and they're talented enough for them to actually go the marathon, go the distance, it's rare.
They told me I wasn't good enough. They told me I couldn't do it. Look at me now, man. I'm on top of the world. #1, baby. Go blue. I don't even know how to describe it, put it into words, but you know, I put in over 12,000 hours into this just for this moment, and it just feels great that the hard work paid off.
What makes this team set apart? We've been talked about this throughout the year, but it just needs to be asked over and over again because you guys just keep rising to the expectation.
I mean, other than the talent, it's just like our mentality coming into the game. Nobody cares about stats. Nobody cares about their numbers. They just care about winning, and that's really unique in a group nowadays.
Most outstanding player, just tell me about your process and how you were able to play at such a high level through this whole tournament.
Yeah, just the coaching staff believing in me, putting me out there. Confidence is such a big thing in sports, and the confidence they built in me is just crazy, and it's just helped me perform.
When you look around and see the joy here, is this what you envisioned this would look and feel like?
Yeah, I didn't really know how to envision the feeling, but I definitely envisioned this look, and this is a surreal moment.
It's great, man. This feeling is great. Thank you for all the support during the year. It's been amazing. I don't know what to say, man. I have no words, but go blue!
What did it take for this team to be so good and so consistent for so long?
I think just knowing from the first week, first day, that we were capable to do this. So it's been like a long race, marathon, and we knew that it was gonna be a good season if we did like everything well, you know. So.
And what does it mean to have your mom and dad here? And what was said between you guys after the game?
It's everything. I mean, this is probably one of the best moments in my life. So having them here, watching me in person, watching me like win, and making history for my country too. It's just, I mean, it means everything for me.
Best feeling in the world. We fought hard all year. We wanted to make history. We did. You know, this doesn't feel real, honestly, but, you know, I'm just glad we're here. I'm super blessed to be a champion and super blessed to be a part of Michigan history forever.
You've talked all year about the teammates picking each other up. How powerful is that when you have a group of guys doing that?
It's super powerful. That's the reason we won, you know, the power of friendship. So, I mean, we stuck with each other the whole year, and it showed up tonight again.
Can you look out at this crowd and kind of describe what you see and what you feel?
I see a bunch of super loyal fans, super loyal supporters. I see a family with 700,000 people, however many people are in the stands, a big old family that loves each other no matter what.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Coach. Happy birthday to you. Guys, as you reflect tonight, think about the commitment that you guys have made to this group and how much your teammates, how much we've learned from each other, how much we poured into each other. Hopefully everyone in this room feels like they're better because of the people we did it with. I feel a lot better because of who I did it with and how much I learned from you guys. I'm very grateful for that. Lifelong memories, not only for us, but all of those, our family members, everyone that helped us along the way. You guys shared that experience with them. All your parents, guys, this is a special, special moment, but let's make sure we thank all those that poured into us, man. Great job. Great freaking job.
It's hard to put into words, truly what, it means. I think, right now what I'm so proud of is just being able to, give something back to the university that, has given me so much. It's given me my best friends. It's given me amazing coaches, and just super, super thankful.
What do you think winning this championship, how do you think this will impact the rest of your life?
Man, I think, obviously that banner is going to be there for, forever. So to be able to be, a part of, the second ever national championship and be able to bring that to Ann Arbor and the University of Michigan, means the world, and, so happy to be able to do it with, great guys.
I will begin to describe it as unforgettable and just a moment that I will tell all my family members, my kids, that's what I was a part of. And I mean, as of now, only 2 Michigan teams, right? 1989, 2026 have done it, and I'm written in history. It's our legacy.
When did you think this was really possible with this club?
I thought that this was really possible when Coach Dusty talked to me about this team coming in and how we would all complement each other, and seeing the unique personalities and play styles that each guy had. I could tell that we were destined for greatness, that defensively we will be special and offensively we will be very, very unique, and it showed throughout the course of this year.
Do you recall as a youngster watching the tournament at any age and dreaming of this?
Yeah, I remember, I believe it was Villanova, the shot that, forgot his Jenkins hit. Yeah, just watching that was like, man, I want to be in that big time moment with a group of guys that, win a national championship, something that you'll never forget. And I've had a long journey, and for it to end like this is truly special.
Exceeded every expectation I ever had. Obviously, the chances of winning, a national championship is very slim. To be able to say that we did that, obviously, honestly, like the people that have been here only been together for 6 or 7 months. To say that we came together and done something that'll last a lifetime is just an amazing feeling.
Tell me what this locker room full of guys means to you.
This means everything. Obviously, I would do anything for any of these guys. I'll drop everything if they needed me, and I know that they do the same for me. So just having that kind of support behind you means the world. Honestly, the relationships that I built this year is long, life-lasting. So I feel like, I just got to return the favor.
I can't even put into words yet, man. Probably have to go to sleep on it and put it into words tomorrow or something. But it's insane. I'm so proud of my teammates, the coaching staff for believing in me this past offseason, getting me here. It's an insane amount of relief. All our long hours, film studies, our bonding things we did in the summer, the retreat we had, it all paid off. We got the job done.
Michigan shined early to start this historic season, making headlines at the prestigious Vegas tournament, winning 3 games by an average of more than 36 points.
Alley-oop up to Gale! He storms it down left baseline!
The victories kept piling up, 14 straight to open the campaign.
Alley-oop up to Mara for an easy crunch!
In mid-February, the Maize and Blue ascended to the #1 ranking for the first time since 2013.
He floats, he got it! Over the front of the rim! McKinney lets out a roar!
They stormed through the Big Ten, finishing undefeated on the road in league play, the first team to do so since 1976.
The outright Big Ten champions.
After earning the 4th #1 seed in program history, Michigan backed it up with a magical NCAA tournament.
Lendeborg the Dominican LeBron!
Scoring 90-plus points in 5 of their 6 games.
The Wolverines play for a national title on Monday night.
The season started with 4 new starters and a sea of uncertainty, and ended with the ultimate prize.
Feed McKinney right side, step back for 3! Yeah!
A team that preached togetherness and unselfishness flashed uncanny consistency and focus.
That's it! Michigan wins! 69-63!
Cutting down the nets and etching their name in Michigan history, never to be forgotten.